This video is sponsored by Studio Bebop and YugiOhPrices.com for all your pricing needs. Now available on the App Store. For more information, check the description below.
What's up guys, this is Linthio coming at you with a brand new deck profile of my Bujins. Now I have had kind of the cards sat in my folder for a long time, the folder of things to build, but I never really got around to it, and I thought I might as well wait for the new Shadow Spectre support to come out before putting up a deck profile. So I have kind of two builds, but this is the first build that I'm going to show you, and I'll show you the other build once I've done a little bit more tinkering on. But this one is the Kaiser Coliseum kind of control version. So yeah, I'll get straight into the video and hope you enjoy the deck really. So Bujins are pretty popular currently, especially with Mikazuchi coming out. It is very cool. So it's a very cool archetype, so I'll get straight into it. So straight away we have the three Bujin Yamato. Yamato's just standard, you need it at 3. Really good card, one of your main searchers, and just a really good card. You basically protect that card. That's all you do. Then we have 2 of the brand new card, Mikazuchi. The reason I only run 2 is I think you only need 2. You can do 3, you can run 3 if you like, and I do have a third, but I've decided to swap for the set for only 2, and 2 have been working very well. So that's the reason for that. Then we have one of the best support cards is Bujinji Crane. This card is just so good. Like you want to draw this straight away. You want to get it with Yamato's effects if you can, and it's just so good. It's like basically running Honest. I know that only doubles the attack, but it's still so good. So you always want to get this card in your hand and just make your opponent cry. It's better than Clue. So then going on to the 2 Quillin. Just the 2. You don't run 3 post Shadow Spectre in my opinion. You only need the 2, and yeah, that's about it. But it's really good for just getting rid of those face-up cards that are annoying you. Then one of the second best ones in my opinion is Turtle. Just, you know, stop those targeting cards against your Bujin. So really nice card. Run it at 2 because I don't think you need it at 3. 3 is a little bit too cloggy in my opinion. Then we have the 1 Centipede, another new card. Centipede's just for back row removal. Just the 1 because you run MSTs, and yeah. Then one of the final penultimate monsters is 5S Bear. I know a lot of people don't run Bear in their builds, but I really like just the 1, kind of like the tech in there. It's nice to just get you out of a bad situation if needs be, and it can also get you those tenkies to get your Yamato, so that's why I like running it. And then the final one is Honest, because you run light, everything's light apart from the Bear, and it's Honest. So basically you run 4 Honests in this deck, which is always fun. Then going into spells, we have 3 Kaiser Coliseum. This card is just so good, especially in this deck, it fits nicely. The fact you can just sit on Yamato and they just can't do anything. Like the amount of times I've just locked down a Dragon player because they haven't had the blaster, and they just can't get around it at all. So while you sit there and poke at them and waste their resources and build up yours, they can't do anything. So it's really nice. Could consider putting it down to 2, but I suppose that's a bit of, you know, it's up to you if you really want to do that or not. Then we have 3 Pot of Duality. Pot of Duality in this deck is just busted because you hardly ever special summon. Like you can special summon obviously to go in your Susunaros and all that rest, but sitting on Yamato and just doing this, just plus. It's just so nice. So I think in every Bujin deck this should be at 3 because it just enables you to search a lot. It gets your relics, and well, it gets to Yamato faster as well. Then we have the 2 Mystical Space Typhoon, just back row removal. Don't really need to say much about that. 2 Tenki, because if you can run it at 3, but obviously you can't because it's semi-restricted. So you run it at 2. Tenki can target so many things in the deck. I think it's about 6 things it can get, just off the top of my head. Then we have the 2 Forbidden Lance. Protect Yamato, protect Susanaro, everything like that. So that's why you run Forbidden Lance in this deck. And then the 1 Bujin Carnation. Just because this card on paper is like amazing, but it's actually quite difficult to get off. So I only run it at 1. I don't actually get it off that much. You can search it now with Mikazuchi, but other than that, you know, it's just keep it at 1. So going on to traps, we have 2 Dimensional Prison. As I said, this is a control build, so Yeah, 2-dimensional prison, 2 Horn of the Phantom Beast. I know a lot of people don't really like running this card, but in this build, especially when I have Kaiser Coliseum, I really like this card. Just because you can sit there with a beefy Yamato or beefy Susanaro, attack all their monsters if it is Susanaro, and, you know, just get those pluses, and it's really, really nice. So even when you're when the inevitable happens, when your Kaiser Coliseum does get destroyed, you can hopefully have already drawn into the second or third, or you can have enough resources to kind of push the game. Then we have the 2 Vanity's Emptiness. Kind of the same reason that I run Vanity's Emptiness in Herald of Perfection. Everything's going from the hand and being banished from the grave. So this kind of works really nicely. You can, again, with the Kaiser Coliseum and this, it's just so good, because you just sit there and you're like, yeah, you're not doing much now. Then 2 Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain's really good in this deck again, I believe. Like, I don't like Veiler in this type of deck, and I don't like Breakthrough Skill. I prefer Fiendish Chain, because I can just kind of get rid of their monsters when next turn with Yamato or so on and so forth. Then we have the final kind of like 2 ofs. We have Bujin Relic of the Sword. The Sword, this card's so good. It just enables you to get those cranes back to your hand, send those Quillins, send those turtles back into the grave. You know, it's just really good, and also just get your Yamato back as well. So this card is really pinnacle. I would consider going back up to 3. I did have it at 3, but I think 2 is okay for now. It's been testing good at 2, and that's that. And then the last 2, we have a Mirror Force and we have a Compulse. Mirror Force just for sheer surprise factor. Compulse because it's an amazing card. Then going on to the X deck. So it is 40 cards, because I only really do 40. X deck, we have 2 Bujin Susanaro. Susanaro is just so good. I love the fact this card can attack all your opponent's monsters. And the fact you can just search and either send it to grave or hand. Absolutely amazing card. So definitely at 2. I don't think you need it at 3, because I don't think you'll go into it at 3 times in a duel. Then we have the brand new card, Bujin Kusanagi. This card is an interesting one. You only run 1 in my opinion. The effect's good, to the fact you can mill 5 and then it gets 100 attack, but you're only milling to get rid of those, to get the relics into the grave. But because I only run, I think it's about 13 or 15 monsters, milling those relics is not very often. It doesn't happen very often, especially when you're searching them. So this card I think is kind of an early game, or, you know, if you feel like you need the protection from its second effect, then go for that. But definitely only run 1. Then we have 2 Starliege Paladynamo. The reason for 2 is because this card is so good. Like, let's face it, guys, Paladynamo is one of the most busted cards ever. The fact you can just negate their effect and, well, basically leave them on 0 and do 2000 direct damage is just so good. So that's the reason why I run 2 of them. And it's also one of my favourite XYZs. Then we have a Diamond Direwolf, just for any problem cards. We have 1 Constellar Omega, just because, again, you're all lights, and it's very useful to have this. Omega is just such a good card, especially with the lack of back row. Then we have kind of the pair. We have 1 Lava Chain and 1 Daigusto Emerald. Emerald to just kind of shove stuff back into the deck, your relics, and Lava Chain just to kind of dump those relics. So they work quite nicely. And then we have 1 Utopia. This will be changed because I don't have a Tiger King. So Tiger King should be on the way hopefully soon. But yeah, take this out for a Tiger King if you don't like Utopia in the deck. But yeah. So then we have an Abyss Dweller, kind of standard. Murmurs are still a thing and all that stuff. Mace Stroke, because Mace Stroke's a great card. And Crazy Box, just in case you're feeling lucky, or they skill drain you. Yeah, 3k beat stick's always nice. And then the final 2 are Polymer M7 and Gaia Dragon, because you do run an M7. You do run Omega. You do have the option to kind of pierce them if you feel like it. But this is you don't have to run these, but I do like running them just because it is quite nice to have. So yeah, that is it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the Bujin video. I hope you look out for my next Bujin video and all that, because it will be fun. It is a bit of a fun one, that. And it kind of utilises one of my favourite cards. So it would be quite nice to see. I think I will. I'm trying to get some dual videos of the next build up so you can see how it works. Just because I realised that I'm spouting all these deck profiles but not actually showing you how they work in combos. Just because I assume that you know how they work, and most of them are decks that I have already showcased. So that's it. But cheers guys, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe if you can comment with the new commenting system. YouTube. But yeah, cheers guys, thank you very much.